to Mission Stitch. My name is Emmy and this is my Flosstube channel about cross stitch and a little bit of quilting I'm going to share with you today. It has been a month since my last video and so I have so much to show you. February was a super busy month. You may have remembered if you watched my last video that my daughter, I have 3 children as a recap. I have a daughter who's 21, a daughter who's 19, and a son who is 12. And so my 19-year-old daughter decided that she wanted to do the Disney College program. And for those of you who don't know what the Disney College program is, college students either during their time in college or I think it's within a year after they graduate can go and work for Disney, and they put them in a role and they train them. The role can be anywhere. It can be in their resort hotels. It can be in their Disney Springs shopping complex. It can be in one of the 4 parks that Walt Disney World has. Anything from food to merchandise to attractions to greeters. I mean, custodial, the gamut of jobs that they have for these college students is just so immense. So expansive. And so it's really cool to see because Disney looks so great on a resume. So you might remember that my older daughter, who's 21, has been there since August doing the Disney College program. She was able to combine that with her internship for school. And so, so that she kind of got credit for it for school, because it's not a credit program. It's just an additional program. It's not really connected with your college, but my older daughter was able to tie it in as an internship. So she was able to get internship credit for it. And she was due to be done the beginning of January of this year. And she loved it so much, she decided to extend. So she is there until about the middle of April, and then she'll go back to school. She goes to school in Hawaii and she'll finish up her degree, and her goal is to work for Disney. Well, my 19-year-old decided that my older daughter was having so much fun that she wanted to go and do it too. So we took my 19-year-old daughter out. Her name's Katie. We took Katie out in February, moved her out there, got her all set up in her apartment, and got her going so that she can work at Disney for the next few months. Her term was from the middle of February and she goes to about the middle of August. So her role is in Magic Kingdom, and she is doing merchandise in Liberty Square. And those stores are the Christmas store and the Haunted Mansion store with the name of that store is Memento Mori. And so she has these really cute costumes. I'll put a picture up here of her in her Memento Mori costume. And she is, I don't want to say loving it because she's still learning a lot. There is a huge learning curve there. Disney is all about safety, and safety is their #1 priority, and then making magic for guests. And so she's still learning a lot, but enjoying what she has done so far. So while we were out there, we were able to see my older daughter and spend some time with her. And she surprised us with passes to go ride the new Tron ride that is opening up for the general public the beginning of April. So this was a cast member preview, and she could bring guests. And so she was able to bring us, and it was so fun to sneak in there. We didn't really sneak, we were able to walk up, but we had these special bands that we wore and we were able to ride it almost as many times as you wanted, because you had about an hour time frames, and the lines were so short because it was just a preview for cast members. And they signed up for a time, and then you went during your time, and you could ride as many times as you can get in or wanted to for that hour. So I only rode it twice. 2 times was enough for me. I don't want to risk getting sick, getting nauseous at all. But the rest of my family, they rode it a total of 6 times. And so it was a lot of fun. I'll throw a couple of pictures up here just about of the queue. And it's a really fun ride. The immersion that you feel in there is just it's really cool. It is a little short, but it's a lot of fun. And so if any of you are big Disney fanatics, Tron is a great addition to the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. And then while we were there, we did spend one day at a park. We went to Epcot, which is my favorite park. Rode my favorite ride, which is Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind. And then we also went because Epcot is known as the festival park. So they do 4 festivals a year. And their first festival of the year is the Festival of the Arts. Oh my goodness. And so it's all kinds of arts. It's visual arts, it's performing arts. It's amazing. And so they have artists all over, artist booths selling their sculptures and their, a lot of paintings and prints. That is, the majority of it is Disney related, whether it's Disney movies, characters, whatever. There are performing artists, a lot of them come from Broadway, and they do a little Disney set, and they have like 2 or 3 shows that they perform daily at Epcot, and those artists rotate. And so that's really fun. And then they also have chalk art that they do in this one section, and the artists there are incredible. And we were able to watch someone literally sketching out a piece of art on the sidewalk. And it was really cool to watch and see just the talent of these artists. It is amazing. I cannot draw. My talent is definitely more fiber and fabric related. And so, but I can appreciate the time and effort and talent that goes into creating those works of art. It was amazing. We were able to be artists ourselves a little bit while we were there. They have a massive like paint by number mural that they will allow guests to participate in. And so you go to this little booth and pick up a little pot of paint. There's a picture right there. And then you go to this large mural and they'll assign you a section, and then you will find your numbers in that section, and they tell you that you can paint about 6 squares. And so we painted our little 6 squares, and it was so fun to know that we were able to help create this huge mural. And we asked what happens to these murals after, because they have 4 or 5 that once one is completed, then they'll pull it off and put up the next one. And so what they do with these huge murals when they're all done and after the festival is over, and a lot of times they'll donate them to children's hospitals, which I love, that our little bit of fun is able to live on and bring others joy. So that was a really, really neat experience. Festival of the Arts also has a lot of food booths, and so we were able to eat some really delicious things, and they're very art themed, so they're very artsy the way they're plated. Here's a picture of some of the desserts that we got. They're just really fancy. And they were delicious too. So it was just fun to partake of that. We've never been to Festival of the Arts before, and so it was fun to experience all of the cool things that they have in the Epcot park during that festival. We stayed at a couple of different resorts on property. We stayed at Old Key West for a couple of nights, and then we stayed at Saratoga Springs. Those of you who aren't familiar with Disney, those don't mean anything to you, I'm sure, but Disney just has tons of resorts that you can stay at while you are on property. And so those are 2 that we had never stayed at before, and we were able to this time. And I wanted to share this. Okay, this picture right here, I'm going to put up. This was in when we walked into our room at the Saratoga Springs Resort, which is a horse theme. Kind of a racing theme, like a racehorse, kind of like the Kentucky Derby. The resort was beautiful. Our room was beautiful. But this painting, this picture, brought back a rush of memories for me. And so I want to know if it does for any of you as well. So with that, I am going to do my very first giveaway. So here is what I am going to give away. I'm going to give away this project bag. Now this project bag was made by me. It is this really pretty floral print on a navy background, pink zipper. I put this cute little zipper pull charm on it. Ooh, there we go. It's a little blingy, pink bling. And the inside is this yellow to complement these yellow flowers. With it, you also get the mini bag, which has that same yellow fabric inside. And so I want to give this away to one of you, but you have to work for it. So what I want you to do is, if it's kind of like trivia. So if you know what this is, okay, then I want you to click on the link below in the show notes. All right. So just that little drop down arrow, or it says more. There will be a link to a Google form. I want you to put your name, and I want you to put what this is. All right. And that will go into a Google spreadsheet, and then I will do a random number generator, and whichever number it comes up with, then you are going to win this project bag. Now that's if you get the answer right, okay? I wanna know what this is. So give me your answer, and one of you will win this. I'll ship this off to you. I'm so excited, and I wanna know if it evokes the same memories for you. Please, please, please don't put anything in the comments, because I don't want you to give anyone else the answer, all right? But I'll share, and if you don't know what it is, then I will share what this is in my next video when I announce who the winner of the giveaway. So that's so exciting. All right, while we were at in Florida, you know that whenever I go anywhere on a plane, that is my cue for a new start. And so let me share with you what I did. First, I want to share with you this little bag that I made before I left. So I got a mini charm pack for free from somewhere that I ordered from. I don't remember if it was Fat Quarter Shop or a different store. And I didn't know what to do with it, because a mini charm pack is not enough to do a whole quilt. And so I would have to buy more charm packs and more fabric and all of this stuff. And so I thought, oh, I'll bet I can make a project bag. So I just pieced the pack together, and so on both sides, and then quilted it and turned it into this mini project bag. And it just has just a navy lining on the inside. But then I put a handle on it. Now, this became my mini project bag for when I was working on my projects. And so I wore this around the parks, I wore it on the plane, and I just, with this little handle, I just slipped it on, then I was able to grab it, and it's the perfect size to fit a 6x6 Q-snap. I've got that in here. I've got scissors and needle minders and needles, you know, everything that I needed. It was perfect, perfect, perfect. I love to, whenever I stitch do a new start on a, whenever I'm going on a trip, I always pull it out and find the middle, and while I'm sitting waiting at the gate at the airport, and start stitching on it, and then I stitch the whole flight. And then if we're going to the parks, then I will stitch while I'm in line at the parks, waiting for a ride or an attraction, whatever it may be. I'll stitch on the bus, all different things. And so this was perfect. Oh, it worked so, so well. I do have a couple of improvements that I want to make to it, a couple of things that I thought would help. But overall, this worked fantastic. And so I was so grateful that I was able to use this mini charm pack, and I already had the zipper, and I already had this blue fabric lining. And so that was awesome. Now, let me show you what I worked on while I was there. Some of you might remember that I was going to start Strawberry Faire. Helen D was doing this as a stitch along. And this was my favorite pattern from Market last year from Nashville. And so I decided to pull the trigger. That was a good excuse between this Helen D stitch along and my trip to start this. And so I was able to start it the day we left. And guess what? I finished it the next day. It was such a cute, fast stitch. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I used all the, oh, I've got a little piece of thread there. I used all the called for colors, which are Classic Colorworks and Weeks, I believe. This is a 32 count Lugana in the color Ivory. And I just think it turned out so cute. It was so fun, so fast. I had, by the time I got off the plane, I had that much done. Now that's because the flight's about 4 hours, and then, you know, you wait an hour to, you know, give or take, depends. But it just stitched up so, so, so fast. And so there is my first finish to share with you, Strawberry Faire. And this is by, is it October House? Yep, October House. Fiber Arts. All right, so luckily I had an inkling that this would not take me too long. And so I took a second project, and that project was Beggar's Valentine by Threadwork Primitives. I love this so much. Okay, and when I was trying to decide what other project to bring, because I knew I was going to bring that, I thought that I might take a Saysuma Street. I wasn't sure. Well, in the middle of the night, I had this flash of inspiration, and I thought, oh my gosh, I am going to do it on this fabric. So, are you ready? Because it's a finish. Okay, here we go. Here's Beggar's Valentine. Oh, look at it. It's so good. So I decided to do it on 40 count Beetroot by Fox and Rabbit. Oh, and it's so lovely. Those colors pop. Now, let me tell you, I did do a little bit of a conversion. So it called for Wood Trail, okay, which is kind of this olivey green, and that is the basket down there, or the little container, okay? And it called for Chamomile, which is this kind of greeny color, okay, which I knew when I tossed it that that would look so good on this pinky purpley fabric, and it does. It's amazing. The other two colors it called for, let me check. Okay, it called for Onyx. I went to my LNS to get these, and they were out of Onyx, so I ended up with Cast Iron Skillet by Gentle Arts, and it worked great. And then the other one, because there are only 4 colors in this, it called for Weathered Barn, which is kind of a red, but I think my LNS did have it, but it was not, I knew that the red on this purple was not going to work. So I decided to do Berry Cobbler, again by Gentle Arts. Okay, and I just love, it looks so great. Oh my gosh. So I worked on this the rest of the trip. I didn't finish it on my trip. I think I finished it a day later, 2 days later, but it was lovely. So those are 2 starts and finishes that I was able to do the month of February that were associated with my trip. Okay, let's talk about my snowball. As you might remember, in the month of February, I wanted to try and get some of my whips done. And so I was going to work on the whip that had the least to do, and then the next one that had the next least to finish, and so on and so forth. So I was able to get a lot done. So the first one, I don't have a picture of the finished item or of the chart on the chart, but here is my pretty little London. This, you guys, it took me a night to finish. I was so mad that I waited so long to get this one done. But here it is. It's so cute. The little soldiers, and look at the double-decker buses, and Big Ben, and the bridge. Oh my goodness. All those fun things. I love the Pretty Little Cities by Saysuma Street because she gives you a little key as to what the all of the landmarks are that she puts on. And so it's just turned out so cute. So that was my first finish for my Snowball February. All right, my second one, you might remember, was Red Puppy by Nora Corbett. Okay, it's done. Ta-da! She's really cute. This one didn't take me too terribly long, but it did take me a couple of days. So this is fun because it has Whisper in it. So here, all of this is Whisper on her hat. There's a few little beads. The trim on her skirt, her cuffs are Whisper, and then the little dog is Whisper. It's so cute. Can you see? Let's see if I turn it. No. Anyways, but this one's really cute. This one makes me think of my daughter because we have a little puppy. Well, he's old. He's like 11, named Bear. And so it just that Bear is her dog. She just adores him. And so this reminds me of her and Bear. So there's finish number 4 technically, but number 2 of my snowball. All right, the next one that I worked on for my snowball, The Dreamer by Mirabilia. She's beautiful. Okay, you want to see? This one is big, 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 big. Oh, I should tell you, I'm not doing very good. My Pretty Little London was just like a 28 or 32, just white Lugana. On my red puppy, it is a 32 count Cobblestone Lugana. Okay, this one is a mystery fabric. I'm pretty sure it's a 28 because it's pretty big, but here we go. Here's the Dreamer. Now, I have to say that she is not 100% finished because I do need to do beads, but all of the stitching is done. So all those white spots that you're seeing are beads. So there are beads all right there in her dress, and the pillow. I think there's some up in her hair. It's so big. Can I get the whole thing in? Almost. There it is. So she's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so excited she's done because I still have to do those beads. I just have not been in the beading mood. If you remember, I finished Crystal Christmas, not in the mood to bead. So she's just gonna go away until I get the urge to bead, and then I'll get her beaded. She has quite a few beads, but it's not a ton. And so it shouldn't take me more than 2 or 3 nights maybe to bead. But there she is, the Dreamer by Mirabilia. All right, and then the next project I worked on is Mary Goodwin by Hands Across the Sea. I'm doing this one with the called for Averiswa 100 threes, and it is on a 46 count old sheep by XG Designs. And here is that one. It's not finished, you guys. I worked and worked so hard on it, but I was not able to finish it. So close. So what I have is I just have the rest of the words in that box of the verse. I have the other side of, like right here, you can see this right here. What does it say? I don't even remember what it says. And then you can see that I have the vase to finish, this little vase of flowers. And then I have one more little motif right here because it repeats. And then I've got to finish up the border as well. So I'm really, really close. I would say another week of really good solid stitching, I could get it done. But I'm not going to do that because I have other plans for March that I'm working on. So she's going to go away. She's lovely. Oh, I love the peacocks. I love the tree in the middle. That is actually a mulberry tree. In the booklet, it tells you all about mulberry trees. The pink house. Oh, so I had to finish the tree. Like I had one side done, but I needed to finish the tree on one side. And then I did that little, I think of it as a little tree house. I'm sure it's not. Then the border takes so long, way longer than you think. I had to do this kind of heart flower motif right here. Then did more border. Oh, not here, other side, over here. Because I started here and then worked up. And I already had this peacock done, and then I already had this motif done. So I did like here and all the fence, and then the border, and then these words, and then this motif and all of this. So, and then I ended about right there-ish. And of course the border for this. Now, all of these words right here, and then this little, okay, the 21st, 1798. Okay, they are over 1. And can I just say, I love them so much. Like this little the, it is just so cute. I loved doing it. So I know a lot of people think the over one is tedious, And it can be, especially if you're doing like a whole project over one, it can be a lot. But these words, oh, I love it so, so much. It's just so fun to see them appear. So let me read you the verse. Let's see. Oh yeah. So the rest of the words over there that I need to put in the 8th year of her age, I need to do this little motif, this, finish up all these, and then finish up this border. So it reads, in youth and age, protect me, Lord, and grant I may observe thy word. Give me a thankful heart, I pray, to serve my God while here I stay. And when this mortal life shall end, I may to happiness ascend. So that is just a sweet verse. And that cute pink house. So I don't know. I'm hoping to revisit her and get her finished sometime this year. Not sure when that'll be. But there's my Mary Goodwin. All right, so that is everything that I worked on as far as stitching for February. I did do a couple of sewing pieces. So I showed you my bag that I made. Some of you who follow me on Instagram might have seen this. This is the Book Nook quilt by Pen and Paper Patterns. I did the quilt along that she put on for the month of February and January and February. And so it turned out really cute. I love it. I'm gonna go get it quilted and finished. I'm super excited. I'm waiting on backing fabric right now. One of my local needlework shops, one of my LNSs is Pine Needles in Gardner Village, and it is a quilting cross stitch shop. And they do the second Friday of every month, they do something they called Sundown Stitchers. And so I went month of Friday, and I was trying to figure out what to bring because I was on Mary Goodwin, and I didn't want to bring her because she's just really big, and I have the 103s in this box so that I can pull them easy. I might have to show it. But I decided to start a new project, so I decided to start this. This is called Song of Spring, and this is from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitching magazine. And I just thought it was so sweet. And so I started that and finished it. So here it is. Now I used DMCs for everything except the little cherry blossoms. I used, I think, Weeks, just nice little variegated pink. This is on 40 count Cyprus by Fiber on a Whim. And then the border was dark, and so I brightened it up because I'm going to finish this. I think this might be a Smalls Exchange piece. It's just so sweet, so, so sweet. So that's what I did. So that was my my other February finish. And this, again, stitched up so, so fast. Okay, now let me tell you, let me share these and then I'll tell you about my March plans. Here is my And a Forest Grew by Rosewood Manor. I only work on this one once a week or so, so this is going to be slow progress. I am doing it on, 36 count Winter's Brew by R&R, and here is where I'm at. So I think I worked on, I think I got this tree done, and this tree's almost done. I just need to do that middle. These little bird outlines right here I got done. I think I've completed a little more in here since I showed you last time. So this is just so fun to see each little tree come together. All of the styles of trees are all so different. It's so fun. So fun. I love this one. Okay, so there's And a Forest Grew. And then I finished the Song of Spring, that little bird, and I was upstairs in my stitching spot, and usually my stitching spot is downstairs, but I was upstairs because I just had a little project, and I'm like, what should I start? And so I have a little basket box full of projects, and I was like, okay, I've got this, everything's in there ready to go, so let's do this. So I started Winter Comes by Heartstring Samplery. You might remember that I bought this fully kitted from 1884 Stitchery. It came with the 32 count black. It's linen actually. And here is my progress on it. It has been so fun. Now, I know a lot of people don't love stitching on black. Honestly, this is my first experience. And I don't mind it. I've tried a bunch of different things. I've tried a light under, which is okay. I've tried light over and under. Honestly, the best is just my regular overhead lights where I stitch upstairs, and it needs to be first thing in the morning, so that natural light. But it is just so cute. If I move this, you're gonna kind of see through it, but I want you to see, can you see still the house? That's what I'm working on. So it's coming along lovely. So I have another, I've got to fill in this house. I've got to finish the door here and then run the rest of these little lines and then fill in the house. And I've got to do the roof, and there's another chimney. And then of course, all that snow, I really should get started on all that snow, and I've got to fill the windows and then the border and the words. So I think I'm going to do the word version, just like the black sample is. So that is my other new start from February. Okay, now for my March plans. Today is March 3rd, so I've actually already started my plans, but let me tell you what I'm going to do. So during February, I was so focused on finishing, and I got a lot done. I'm really happy with what I got done. I'm a little bummed that I didn't get Mary Goodwin done, but it's okay. She is a lot more stitching than you realize, but she's beautiful. I love her. So while I was pushing so hard to get those projects done, I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting tired of these big projects and just pushing so hard to finish. And I see progress and I love the process. I love everything about stitching, right? But I was like, you know, I just want to do some smalls. I want that kind of quick gratification. I just want to see a little bit quicker progress than what I was seeing, because the Dreamer took me a week, and then I worked on Mary Goodwin for almost 2 weeks. If I wouldn't have gone on vacation, I think I probably would have gotten her done. Maybe, I don't know. But, you know, it's fine. So I started looking through all of my stash, and I had all kinds of little pieces of fabric and charts. I decided I wanted to do some smalls, that I wanted to do like mini March or small stitch March or something, right? So I just wanted to do smalls for March. So this is what I ended up doing. I ended up finding a bunch of patterns that were about, with a stitch count of about 100 or 2 by 100 or less. Okay, that to me is like a small. And I paired them up with fabrics, and then I put them, and then I kind of divided them up and then put them into bags. So what I did is I had several, because what I also made sure that I did is I went through my punch needle and primitive stitching magazines and printed out, well, I have a digital subscription. So I printed out all of the ones that I was interested in, and I've got those all in sheet protectors in a binder. So I pulled all of the ones that I really, really liked, and then started matching everything up, and all of my other small patterns, started matching everything up with the smaller pieces of fabric that I had. So then I kind of divided them out. So I had kind of a sampler part. I had a Barbara Anna part, because Barbara Anna has a lot of patterns in punch needle and primitive stitching. I had kind of a holiday section, and I had like an alphabet sampler section, and then I had a seasonal section. So like, you know, spring, summer, fall, autumn, winter. And so then I took roughly one from each of those, and I put them into bags, project bags. So I have 4 project bags, okay? And my plan is to each week have a project bag, open it up, and just blindly pull out a project, and then stitch it, okay? I didn't pull threads for any of these because I just wanted to go and pull from my stash and get whatever I could. So this was my first bag that I started with, and guess what the first one that I pulled was? This. So this is again from Punch Needle Primitive Stitching. So this is the Winter Cardinal Etching by Cecilia Turner of Heart and Hand. And she actually released this and the 3 other etchings as a chart. But they first were in punch needle and primitive stitching. Okay, so I pulled that one out first and I was like, okay. So I already had the fabric that I had chosen for it. It was in the little sheet protector. So what I do is I have the picture front and then on the back, whoop, I have the pattern. Okay, so I just can flip back and forth and see what I need. And so I went to pull threads and I knew I didn't want to do this kind of brown gray. I knew I wanted black. And so I pulled my 2 threads and I stitched it. And this was a simple 1 evening stitch. So I did black, and then this, the Cardinal is the called for, I think it's 221. Yep. And I love it. It's so, so, so cute. And this is on a 28 count Whisper Lugana. So fun, right? All right, so I finished that and I was like, okay, dig in. I just went blindly, whoop, and I pulled out this. Okay, this is H. Falconer, 1866 by Priscilla's Pocket. And it calls for a bunch of Glorianas, and I don't have many Glorianas. The ones that I have are in with chatelaines, and I'm sure most of you know that Glorianas are so, so hard to find right now. And so I just went and started pulling from stash. So I started by trying to pull DMCs. Well, then I looked, and last year I got the French summer box from Reflet de Soie, and in it came a whole bunch of soie d'Alger, and I started looking, and almost all of them worked perfectly for this little sampler. The rest of these are DMCs. So, but how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was able to use 6 of my soie d'Alger colors that I got from that French sampler box. So then I matched up the rest with DMCs. This is on a 28 count lamb's wool Jobelin. So let me remind you what it looks like. This is just this cute little sampler. It is 75 by 114. So it's a hair bigger than my parameters, but not too bad. So I worked on this really heavy yesterday. I started it the day before, worked on it really heavy yesterday, and here's where I am. It's so cute. I am in love with this. Love it, love it. So you can see those butterflies and the flowers. So really all I have left to do is the berry bowl and the border and then her little name. And part of that is over 1. So you know how I like tiny letters. So I'm excited to do that. Oh, I just love it so much. So it'll probably take me another day or 2 to finish this one. And then back in the bag, I will dip. So let me show you. I'll just show you what I have left in this bag. So I'm going to work this bag probably, today's Friday. I don't know, maybe I'll switch on Sunday, maybe I'll switch Monday. I don't know. So let me show you what else I have in here though. I have this spring basket by Barbara Anna. It's a punch needle primitive chart. I have, let's see, 'Tis the Season to Sparkle. Oh, whoa. Hello, glare. Okay. 'Tis the Season to Sparkle. That is a tiny modernist. That's an opalescent Lugana I have in there. And then also I have in there Lovebirds by Country Cottage Needleworks. So if I pull this out, then I will just choose one of those to do and pull some fibers and start working on it. Okay, let's see what else I have. Oh, this one's really cute. Emmeline sampler. By who is this one by? Oh, October House. And so this, I've got the linen, and I did throw in, this is an extra skein of the Threadworks navy that I had from another project. So I did throw that in because it was right there handy. All right, I also have, let's see, Just Stitch by Jeanette Douglas Designs. Oh, I know, guys. I've got to keep them in these bags though, so I can keep everything together. So that's a cute little one. I also have this Hearts of Berries by Madame Chantilly. Just so cute. And the linen. And if I have 2 charts in with the linen, it's because the linen will do both of them. And so I will just choose which one I want. And I have one more, which is another Barbara Anna. This one got 2 Barbara Annas, I guess. And this is called Sweeping the Garden. This is another punch needle primitive chart. So that is just a taste of what I'm doing. And you know what? If I'm just having fun, I might just keep going on this little bag and not change bags, because the other bags are very similar. It has like a sampler, kind of like my H. Faulkner. It has a Barbara Anna. It has a little seasonal. So right now I've done the seasonal and the sampler, and you saw I've got Barbara Anna. I've got others. And so it's just fun because I know that they'll be easy, quick and easy. And there's that fun element of pulling my own flosses and not worrying about it, you know, not taking it too seriously. It's so far been really fun. I've only done it 2 pulls, but I love it. So I might stick with this bag. I might do one of the other 3 bags that I have, because I did a total of 4, because I kind of thought 1 per week. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of mysterious fun in here. So that's a bag I made. I'll just show you quick. Another bag. Another bag. I won't show you everything that's in here, but I'm sure I will show you some of it in my next video because it'll be fun. And if I am still having fun with this, then maybe I'll take it into April, or maybe I'll repeat it. But it's been so fun to do that mystery pull. All right, so I have some really fun stuff to share with you. First of all, I'm sure most of you know that Hobby Lobby is doing like massive clearance sale. They are marking so many items down 75% off because they're getting tons of new items in. And I have found some super, super fun stuff. So I'll show you some of that. These keys for finishing, $1.49. Love those. Here's some more keys. I've got these cute little, these were in the jewelry section. They're supposed to be earrings, but guess what I'm going to use it for? A zipper pull. Because wouldn't that be so fun? This is a zipper pull. Oh, here's another fun jewelry earring, but zipper pull. Wouldn't that be so cute? I actually have a bag I'm going to put that on. Let's see. Oh, I got these. Ah, I love that so much. They're like wood with this like plastic inlay of the animals. So cute. And then I like to use like keychains as scissor fobs. So look how fun these are. I just thought they were super, super cute. So you don't lose your scissors. And then some little clock medallions. Again, I thought for finishing, those would be really fun. And again, everything is so that is some of that fun stuff I got for treasures that I can use now. Okay, then for those of you who are in Utah, especially Utah County, so about once, maybe twice a month, I drive down to, because I'm in Salt Lake area, and I drive south into Utah County for appointments about once or twice a month. So I just found there is a store there called Making Space, and it is like a crafting thrift store. And the cool thing is that all of the things for sale are all donations. So it's a great place to donate any old craft supplies that you that you've grown out of, that you're not interested anymore, that you thought you were going to use and you're not going to. It's fantastic. She has some super fun stuff. So I bought some really fun things. So first up, I bought this red heart. It's kind of like it's velvety, but it's not velvet. Anyways, isn't that so fun? So, and it's just like this long roll left over that someone used. And this will be perfect for finishing a pillow. In fact, I have something in mind that I need to do. So I'm gonna use that. This cute fabric, it's a fat quarter. Love that. Again, just for finishing fat folds or pillows. Okay, this one I love so much. Okay, guess what? This is why I chose black. So I'm gonna make a pillow out of this and put that on the back. Isn't that gonna be so fun? Oh, so excited for that. All right, other just fun fabrics. This really cute red polka dot with kind of a stripe throughout. Lots and lots of fabrics. This is cute for like Christmas finishing. It's got reds and greens. And then I also was able to get some black velvet I'm going to use. There are some pillows that I want to stitch in one of my random March Smalls bag. So I'm going to do that. And then just even some cute trim. Look at that. So she has whatever she gets in that's donated, right? Lots of fabric. She has quite a bit of yarn. Cross stitch supplies, she doesn't have a ton. There are some books that are really old. I was able to get a piece of just like Monaco that someone had started a little project on, and then, I mean, there was like that much, so I can frog that out if I need to. That piece is actually in one of my bags for March. It's just a fun little store. So those of you who are local, you might be interested in checking it out. It is called Making Space, and it is in Springville, Utah. So it is a super fun little store. All right, then I got my fabrics of the month. All right, so first off is my January fabric of the month from Fangirl Fibers. Some of you might have already seen this, but I am in the Disney Attraction Club, because that's my favorite, right? Disney Attractions. So this one is Small World. So lots and lots of colors. This is just really fun. It'll be so fun to stitch something on this. I also got the needle minder, which of course is the Small World little clock. So that was cute and super fun. I also got my Fiberlicious fabric of the month. I get a 28 count opalescent Lugana, and so this month, this is again February, it's Alice's Garden. So it is like this red and green mixture, which it is beautiful. I love it. I'm not sure what I am going to put on it, but it's gorgeous. And this is not the kind of fabric that I would normally gravitate to. And this is one of the reasons that I'm doing opalescent Fiberlicious, is because it makes me stretch my creativity in stitching and really look outside of the box and figure out something fun to do. The couple of times that I've done that, I have loved what I've ended up with. And so I just know I'm going to find something super fantastic for this that I'm going to fall in love with. And so I just need to wait for that inspiration to strike. So that's my Fiberlicious. Then I got my, oh, this is super exciting. I think I told you that I went on Etsy because Baiju Designs, or XJU Designs, as so many people call her, does a Fabric of the Month club through Etsy. So I signed up for a 40 count fat quarter, and this is what I got for February. Oh, that color is terrible. It is like the super warm, kind of an orangey brown. It is lovely, lovely, lovely. And she called it, oh no, let's see, Choco Choc, like chocolate. She also always sends like a little fiber. It's just so nice, this beautiful yellow, beautiful yellow. And then I'm really kind of bummed, I'll tell you why. Then she sent a free pattern by Vintage Tulip Designs A Year of Flowers, and it's 2 of 12. So I missed 1 of 12. That's why I'm really sad. But it's really cute. So I love that. I just love her fabrics. I think they're all just so, oh, there we go. That's looking more like it. Oh, just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She is a phenomenal dyer. I really love her fabrics. Okay, and then I got my Be Stitch Me ones, and these are both 28 Lugana, and I am in the color club and the neutral colorway. And so first, this is Sorbet. This is my color one. Look how lovely this is. Again, this is one that I would not have normally gravitated to, but now that I have it, I'm so excited and I'm waiting. It's a little bit brighter than it's showing on screen. I don't know. I mean, it's okay, not great. It's a little brighter. So, but it's beautiful. And then my neutral colorway is a Flan. Again, a 28 Jovelin. The modeling on this one is incredible. Oh, it's so, so, so fantastic. All right. Then you heard me mention that I ran up to my LNS Craft Center of Fine Stitchery to pick up those threads for my Beggar's Valentine. So while I was there, I also got a few other things. She has a phenomenal 50% off basket. And when I was there talking to her about it, when I was buying my stuff, she said, you know, sometimes I'll just put random things in there because some of it's really old, and it is. Some of it's really old. She's like, sometimes I like to put just new things in there to see who will be the lucky one to pick out, to discover those new things. So I was able to get 3 blackbirds, part of the Anniversaries of the Heart series. So I got Moonlight Visitor, and you can see regularly $9. That little yellow highlighter means that it's 50% off. I love this. Gosh, the house and the dog and the tree. Look at that moth. Oh, amazing. And then I got Pink Hill Manor. Who doesn't love a pink house? Like, really, pink houses all day, every day, right? And then I also got Swan Lake. Look at those swans. Love that. So I got those. And then I also got, okay, let's see. This is Tiny Modernist. It's in plastic. I'll show you why. Night Signs. And again, I kind of am starting to have this thing with moths. I don't know what my deal is. Okay. But I'm really digging stuff on black lately. Since I started Winter Comes, I'm really loving black. So then she also has a little basket at my LNS. She has a little basket of like small pieces of fabric, little ornament cuts and stuff. And they're $5. And so some of the, and I've bought those before, and a lot of those pieces are what I have in my little smalls bags that I'm pulling out of for the month of March. But I also found this piece of Black Ada that, guess what, is the perfect size for this. Like, perfect. So my chart was $6 and my Ada was $5. So with a few fibers, I don't know what she uses. I don't know. It's probably just DMC. I think most of Tiny Modernist is. I'm looking. Yep, just DMC. So for another, I mean, I can either pull from my stash, or even if I had to go buy it, I'm only out another $4. So for $15, whole project. And isn't that so cute? Black is so pretty because it just makes all of the colors pop. And I think that's what I am loving on with these newer charts that I'm drawn to that are on black. It's just, I mean, those colors literally just seem like they're glowing. They're beautiful. So that was my treasure from this month. Okay, so I told you my March plans. so excited. It's been so fun the past couple of days to just draw out these random projects and stitch them. I love it. And I'm telling you, that H. Faulkner one, oh, I think I'm gonna have to get that one FFO'd right away. I want it. I think I'm gonna put it up here on one of our shelves. We call these our story shelves. I haven't ever talked about them, have I? So we did these built-ins a couple of years ago. Well, it was during COVID, so yeah, about 2 or 3 years ago. And it was my husband and I that did it. And we call them our story shelves because most of these shelves tell a story. So like I have a shelf. This is my shelf here. This is my husband's shelf. This is my oldest daughter's shelf. Behind me is my younger daughter's shelf. And this one is my son's shelf. And just things that tell about us and things that we love and significant achievements that we've been able to do and other little things that are important to our family. So like you can see, this is our Disney shelf. We've got keys back here to Disney. Up here, you can't really see this one. This is our wedding. Just lots of things. Not everything is a story shelf, but a lot of it is. And so it really tells the story of our family, which is just near and dear to my heart. So those are our story shelves. So I think H. Faulkner, anyways, is going to go on one of our shelves. Otherwise, that's all I have for you for this video. Remember, if you know what that picture is, make sure that you enter down below so that you can maybe win that project bag. And until next time, your mission, should you choose to accept it, stitch. Bye, everybody.